In 2015, a small indie game released called Helldivers, a top-down shooter 4-player co-op game that me and my friends absolutely adored. It was chaotic, it was funny, and of course, it was very challenging, very hard game. And now, 9 years later, we finally get the sequel with Helldivers 2. They took the game from a top-down perspective and moved it to a third-person shooter, and so far, I am loving the game, but I do have some concerns. In the video today, I want to share with you guys my thoughts on the game, what I like, what I don't like, and I also want to talk about a couple of the controversies that seem to be surrounding the game at the launch right now. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe because we do a bunch more game reviews, impressions, and news updates, all of that, so it's always good to follow for that. And of course, comment down below what you guys think of Helldivers so far. Are you guys liking it? Are you playing it? Are you not enjoying it? Are any of the things I talk about bothering you? Tell me everything in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And now, let's get into my thoughts of Helldivers 2. So first things first, what is this game all about? Well, in Helldivers 2, you play as a Helldiver, and our goal is to protect Super Earth from invasions. The loop of the game is pretty simple. You're going to start on your base ship, you're going to choose a mission, you're going to gear up, drop down onto the planet, walk around, kill some enemies and all that, do some optional stuff along the way, complete your mission, extract back up to the ship, and then use all the stuff that you found along the way to upgrade yourself for the next one, and then you continue that loop. It is in third-person shooter, unlike the previous one, which was a top-down, but I am happy to report that if you liked Helldivers, the original one, the identity of the game is still there, even though they changed the perspective. It's just as funny as before, from the original cutscene all the way to the dialogue that's happening in the game. Everything is going to make you smile as you go through it. And of course, the game is just as difficult as it was before. It is insanely challenging. Everything can kill you. The game is so chaotic. You are going to be attacked by so many different monsters as you play through it. Your friends can hurt you because friendly fire is on in this game, same as before, so you got to be careful where you set yourself up. And not just your friends, but your own equipment. If you drop stuff like stratagems from the sky, like a turret, the turret that you summon can kill you. So everything is out there to try and defeat you, and it adds so much chaos to the game. Everyone is working towards one main goal in the game, which is really cool, which means that when you choose, when you go to the hub and then you try and select the mission, it's going to tell you what the major order of the community is. In this case right now at the start, we have to we have to defeat all the enemies from 2 different planets, and if as a community we complete it, everyone gets rewarded with some materials, which is a really cool idea that's going to force not force, sorry, it's not the right word, it's going to incentivize everyone to try and complete everything as a team, which is really fun. Outside of that, the gameplay itself is really smooth. I love the weapons. It is very challenging on purpose. Once again, you're going to aim downside a lot, and you're going to notice that your guns are never going to be able to aim perfectly. The dive in this game is so fun to use. I've been diving left and right. I don't know why, but the dive in there is really good. Running around, everything in the perspective of third person feels like what you expect it to be, and that's really good to know as well. The stratagems are back as well. If you guys don't know what that is, in the game you can hold a button and then you have an option of a lot of different things you can call down from your ship to help you, like extra weapons, resupplies, or if your friends die you can bring them back, or you can also get different things like orbital strikes and all that fun stuff. I have a sentry turret that I absolutely love bringing down every single time. Really fun way of doing like these combos where you hold the button, you gotta do like up, down, left, right, or whatever to call it down. Adds to the dynamic of it and makes it a little bit more fun and engaging throughout. It also makes it super chaotic that when your friends are dead, you're trying to sprint, trying to figure out what the combo is to bring him back. It makes it so much more enjoyable. So the stratagems are a good thing to bring back and always fun to use. And of course, there's a lot of customization in this game. You can customize your character by having different helmets and then gear. You have 3 different sets. You can either be a light, medium, or heavy character, each of them with their own stats and bonuses and all that. But from there, you also can choose which one specifically. So you have different colors, and they each have their own little changes. And then the helmet's just as a design, and then you have a cape. Obviously, you can choose which weapons you start with. You have your main gun, your secondary, and a type of grenade so far. And then you can also upgrade your ship. The ship is based on the materials you find on the missions. Those are going to be used to upgrade and get new stratagems, or upgrade just a bit of everything, like reload time on all of your weapons and stuff like that. So a good level of customization and upgrades so far in the game. Now, let's talk about the controversies or the drama surrounding the game. The big one is the live service model. Yes, this game is another game as a service, and that means that we gotta hope that this game continues to be supported over time. But the stuff that seems to be a lot of people have been hating on the game, I'm not too concerned about personally. The first one are the battle passes. So in this game, you get two battle passes. There's a free one and there's a premium one. You can pay $15 to get the premium one, or you could just unlock everything through the free one. And I'm seeing a lot of people online say that this game is pay to win. And now look, I have two things that are an issue with that. First one, I don't see the pay to win conversation being a thing for non-PvP games. This game is just straight up co-op. So the fact that people are concerned about the pay to win doesn't bother me instantly, because there's no competitive, like, no one can buy a gun and defeat me. We're all working together. So that's the first part. The second part is, I understand that in the premium battle pass, there are better weapons, I guess, than the free one, but that's not actually true. All the weapons so far all have their own buffs and nerfs, and like they all have their positives and negatives. The base assault rifle, in some ways, depending on who uses it, will probably be better than all the weapons that come in any of the battle passes, because they're all different in statistics. So it's not like this one is just straight up better than the original gun. I haven't seen any of them like that. They all have different stats. So again, that's not really true. The other thing too is that the premium battle pass, you don't have to buy it. So in the game, you can get these super credits, and those credits, it's 1,000 super credits to buy the premium battle pass. The free battle pass gives you 800 super credits. So you're already 80% of the way there. My math is okay there. But in the game, as you're doing quests and missions, you actually can find super credits throughout the game. I already got 70 super credits by playing just on the board. So I'm at 380 at the time of when I read it. So technically, you could get the premium one completely for free if you play enough of the game. You just do all the free stuff, you get those 800, and you're going to get some along the way, and you can just get the 1,001 premium one, and there's more super credits in there as well. The other cool thing about this one is that the battle passes never go away. So there's no fear of missing out, or FOMO. They're always there. So even if you take a break for 6 months and you come back, you can continue on the battle pass you did, or just spend on the other ones, or however you want it. That is awesome. So everything is never going to be lost forever. There's no FOMO in it. You can just play it and unlock it as you go. I think that's really great. And on top of that, the pricing so far, I'm going to use the word so far because it's a live service game and things can change. The pricing in the stuff in the shop have been fantastic. I'll give you guys an example. I'll probably show it on screen here. The first couple skins that you can get are 150 or 250 super credits. That is $3 Canadian. That's it. That is like 50 cents American. So you guys can get a lot of stuff for your money in this game. And again, you do get these super credits by playing the game. So you can unlock a lot of things for free. Like I said, so far, every cosmetic I've seen has not been overly priced, which is quite nice. A nice change of pace from what we've seen before. So far, you guys are probably wondering, my review has been mostly positive. What are all my concerns? Because even the live service things don't bother me. So these are the things that I feel like are bothering me so far with the game. The first one is a part of the live service model, and it's the fact that the game released with only 2 enemy types. At the moment, you can only fight bugs and robots, and that's it. Every single mission you do has those different types of enemies at the moment. And they have promised us more game modes, more planets, more enemy types coming in the future for free. Great news. The problem is when? Because I don't know if they're going on the 3-month model, because that means that are we going to just fight bugs and robots for the next 3 months before the next season starts, or however they decide to do it? Or is it monthly? They haven't really confirmed any of that. So that is a concern for me, that right now I'm having a lot of fun, but I can't just keep fighting just the bugs for that long. Like if it's 3 months, that's a long time fighting the same exact enemy. They're going to have to grow this game a lot faster to keep my interest personally in it. Again, these are just my concerns. Maybe not all of you guys are going to agree, and some of you guys are going to be okay fighting bugs and robots for a year basically until the new content. So that's the first thing. The next thing that I thought at first I really liked, but the more I was playing, the more it was bothering me, is the group mission that I mentioned earlier. Again, this could be one side, you guys can love it or hate it. Like I said, the group mission in this game is that if we as a community work together, and complete the mission, we're all gonna be rewarded with like materials for doing it. So it incentivizes and it encourages you to do certain missions on a certain planet. The problem is that it makes doing any other mission feel like you're not helping, and that could push people away from wanting to do it. Right now, the current mission is to defeat all the bugs. So anytime you decide to do a mission with the robots, you feel like you're not helping. And that can turn people away because it is rewarding, but it is also punishing you. It's not punishing, but it's rewarding you to keep doing the same missions over and over and over and over again, instead of rewarding you to vary it up and go around and do other stuff. So that can kind of be disappointing in some sense. Another thing is the challenge. Look, I will say I love it. This for me is not a problem at all, but I do want to share it. When I say this game is hard, I mean this game is stupid hard. This game will turn a lot of people away for the challenge. I am not joking when I say that I was playing missions on easy and struggling, and then I get to medium and I'm like, I am not ready. And I get it, you want to gear up and get better and just make sure you have your team and all that before you go and do the more challenging stuff. That's the whole loop of it, of course. But you're gonna feel like you're gonna be it's gonna feel very repetitive to keep doing the same easy missions over and over and over and over again to get the better stuff to go do it on medium. Some people, like myself, are gonna want to try and step up and do the next new mission every time, and you're gonna notice very quickly you're not ready for it and it's gonna want to send you back. That is important to note, that you're gonna struggle with a lot of these missions. On top of that, in single player mode, oh my goodness, this game is not impossible, of course not, but this game is definitely meant to be played in co-op, and playing it solo is rough. And I am struggling, but I'm enjoying the struggle. But the game is meant to be played in co-op. And one of the problems right now is matchmaking isn't really the best. I've been trying, like, I got to play with some friends and we had a lot of fun. I did 3-player and 4-player co-op all night last night. And then this morning I tried the matchmaking. It was hit or miss. The matchmaking in this game is that you drop down an SOS and then you hope that someone accepts your SOS and then they drop down and come help you. When it worked, great, but you're also playing on a timer. I forgot to mention this. When you're on the planet, you have a timer. 30 minutes, 40 minutes to complete all the optional stuff and the mission and escape. If you spawn and instantly send down the SOS, but you wait, let's say you decide I'm gonna wait on the harder missions, you're gonna wait as long as you can for someone to join the mission before you start. If they take up 5-10 minutes before they join your match, you've lost time on how much time you have left to complete the mission because you were waiting for someone to join the co-op. So co-op in this one, what I recommend is find a community online. Maybe, I don't know, I used to use a website called PSN Profiles for like trophy hunting and all that. There's probably a bunch of Discords or anything like that. You're gonna want to find people to play with. If you're gonna try and play this solo, you're gonna struggle, and if you like the struggle, that's awesome, but know that it's not gonna be easy. But on the other side, if you're just trying to use the matchmaking from the game, it's gonna be tough, and I don't know if you guys are gonna enjoy it. And the last thing is the pacing on this game sometimes can feel a little bit off. You're gonna jump onto a planet and there's just nothing, and you're walking around, nothing really happens, and all of a sudden hundreds of enemies and it's super chaotic, and then once you defeat them all, back to nothing. There was a couple times where during the mission, there were some of them where before I can get to the spot of the mission, hundreds of enemies, extremely difficult, super stressful, super chaotic, and then once I started doing the mission, nothing, not a single bug in sight. I got to do like 3 minutes of just in one area activating a thing, activating another, nothing happens. Other times there were like whenever you call for an extraction so you can go back to your ship, you were every time you call it, it gives you a 2-minute timer, and then they just send you waves of enemies. Sometimes I had like so many enemies that I was struggling to stay alive, and other times I just waited straight up 2 full minutes for the extraction to show up and not a single enemy appeared. This could be a bug, all right, and not like enemy bugs, like a glitch or something they can patch in the future. It could be a bug, or it's just that the pacing is a little bit off, where it seems like you have to walk to a certain area to activate enemies to spawn, and if you don't walk in that specific area, the enemies may not spawn. So I don't really know how to feel about that either. So now that I've shared everything that I love and hate about this game, overall, I am still very positive on this game, even with the concerns, because these are not concerns directly towards me. It's just I wanted you guys to know, because I don't want you buy this game and be upset with how difficult it is. Figured it'd be better to share here now. I am loving this game. I do plan on playing more of it. I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you excited, interested in all that in the comments down below? And of course, like I said before, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, all the fun things that help the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.